Hi guys, it's Neil back here again. After our ink drawings, facial and architectural today that I enjoyed doing very much. As promised, I've got a kind of line drawing here and I'm going to block in some colour. So it's going to be multimedia today. You need a good selection of brushes which are here. All these, keep them in water and have a handle on your jug, because 100 times I've spilt them with a handle. I've never spilt it yet, I don't know why, but there you have it. These are wax crayons, a wee bit wax resist that I've told you about. We're going to do some of that, not a lot, but I'll show you. It's a mixed medium, and this is paint, a kind of emulsion paint that I use, like water based. The same with these, water-based, all water-based paints, but I'm going to do something, I'm going to try something with the flesh tones. I'm not actually want pinks or the tones you associate, you know, with people in the body. I'm going to try a wee experiment, so bear with me. I hope it comes off. It's taking a bit of a risk. Anyway, I'll try it. And I want the old friends, the felt tip pens and the pencils and your usual battery of things that you'll need. And part of this test is I'll need some papers. There's Nicola, but we'll need paper to use. I'll show you what we're going to do in a minute. So I'll get started. No further ado. I'll keep the brush that I want there. So you get your wax crayon. We'll take green and we'll put it on the green on one side of the drawing here, like so. One side there. And then when you're doing it in one side, reverse. If you've got more than one plant that you're going to do the wax resist on, just change the leaves. Don't put it, in other words, if it's green there, leave a space. Leave a space, green there. Leave a space, green there. And I'll do this space here with the green. And I'll show you, you know, why in a minute. So just leave a kind of, you know, a wee space for things. Now, watch what you're doing when you take it off. Just make sure that you put it somewhere safe, out the way. We'll get that later. We'll clean it up later, trust me. So we get that, and that's us fine with the wax. Right, now it's the body tones that I'm worried about, but I'll try my best to you know, make it work. So here we go. We'll, with some paint, I'll just use this here, water-based again. It's a kind of mustard colour paint, so we'll charge our brush with that there, and we'll put it back, and we'll do the urn, or maybe the curtain. We'll try the curtain first. We'll do that, but you don't need to be too precious with it. As I say, you know, I mean, if you're doing it, just leave, especially with curtains and things like that and fabrics, you can leave an actual bit of a space. Again, that'll become apparent when we come to finish the painting, you know. It's liberal with the watercolour, you know, and instead of slapping it on, and that's what I used to do sometimes, and you thought, why is that not working? It's because there was far too much, the brush was charged far too much. Fine if you want light working that way, but I found it, you know, far too much watercolour or whatever on the brush. So we'll just, I'll show you when I've done it, the way I usually do my watercolours, you know, try and be kind of sparse. But I've got to be quick to show you guys exactly what I mean. Now this is drying as we speak, because it's a nice, quite a nice warm evening, you know. So that's as far as it's going. That's all you need to do, is that, and leave a space to suggest where the light hits. So we'll do that. We'll get the brush again, wash it off, make sure it's well washed off. There, like that. So we'll get the hills, and we'll do them. We'll do them with a light blue. We'll use this pen, light blue. And the thing is about blue recedes. So if you're doing hills, you know, and you do them in a nice blue, it looks as if they're quite far away and they're receding. So we'll try that. See how that goes. Again, leave some spaces and things like that, you know. You don't want to be too precious with it. So here we go. Round and these spread as it is, these colours, you know, they're good, but they spread as well. So we just do round, suggest, the hills. Yeah. So that's all you need to do at the moment. Now I find with my, that I could maybe do this if the water's clean enough. Just get your water and just touch it over the, and give it a kind of water base, and then we can let it dry and we'll go over it with maybe the yellow or the red or something like that, you know. We'll try it just now, see if it just takes on a wee bit and spreads. That's what I want to do, is a wee bit light spread to give it that kind of. Let's just touch with the, you know, leave it liberal, leave some white to shine through as well, and that'll be fine. See, that's all you need for the hills, are just suggestion at the back. So that's that. Now the vases, or the, you know, the pots, we'll use this nice kind of colour here. This is going to be used in the flesh tones as well, but we'll try it with the pot and see how it goes. Again, leave parts of it to suggest, because we can go in with maybe felt pen later on, and it gives it a nice effect. So that's all I'll do with that pot. The other pot we'll leave just now till that one dries at the back. So we're coming on fine with that. So we'll get the felt pen now. We'll try yellow, and we'll see how it works. The greens, yeah, it's fine. So we'll just a line down each side, just straight lines down each side like that. And when it's dry, we'll go in with the yellow and the green, and you'll see how that comes about. But that's I'm quite happy with that. So green here again, light green, and we'll go up like that, and leave one side of the stalk, again one side of the leaf and the stalk. Do all the seeds or the berries, just do them, block them in, because they're against the white there. I've left a white at the back to shoot, to glow through. That's hopefully what we're trying to do. So that's fine so far. So we'll put that away. We'll maybe get a pink, and we'll be kind of there in here, and we'll do a pink jug here at the side. Just the lines all the way down the neck, and just a wee bit at the top, and down. Keep to the line with this one. Just colour it in. Leave a wee space like that, just a wee bit to suggest the shimmer. And that's it. So that's coming on fine, that's nice. And you see how these are really good. They're not inexpensive, but they're really good. You know, you don't need to use all your watercolour there. So we'll go in with the same colour here as I've been using. There's enough actually on the lid here to cover the figure. I'll go back, don't worry about the you know, taking off the pen, and because I'll be going back in to tidy it up with that. So we just kind of more or less keep to the lines. I'm trying to do it, as I say, quickly, to give you, you know, to finish the thing, to show you guys, you know, how it can be done. So we keep working away here, down with the arm, the fingers, just up with the fingers. And with this, you don't need to be, as I say, too precious or precise. You can leave gaps, because it actually gives it a nice effect. Well, that's the theory. We'll see how it goes. So, figure, just leave bits open, sort of marbling or whatever, you know, just with a brush, be very, you know, sort of creative with your brush. Use the hilt of the brush to bring it up, like that. Now I know it doesn't look too promising now, it looks kind of haphazard, but hopefully when I come in with the colours I'm going to use, it might change. I hope so anyway. Everything's a risk, I suppose. You've got to try new things, and this is me trying new things. This is one of the first times I've used it, so I hope it comes off okay. So that's more or less the first coat. Here, there. Right, so you put that away and you just let it dry. It's coming on fine as far as I can see there, you know. We'll maybe do carry the vase through, so just point it the other way and we'll bring down the colour to the vase here, through here. Just block it all in with this colour, you don't need any shimmer here at this bit, here. So that's fine. That's the vase done. And actually the contrast of the pink against the other colour is going to be quite interesting. So when it's tacky, which it should be and it still is, it's nearly the way I want it. You get another brush, maybe a thicker brush here, like that. Dab the excess water off it, and we'll go in with the yellow, but don't load your brush too much, and just kind of come down with it and just sort of flick in, you know, flick in. The colour where the white is, and you know, just let it seep in a wee bit. The colour, let it seep in. Don't worry if it goes on the ink, because we'll come back with the pen and the ink for this as well. So just around where the, you know, what we want is a kind of marbly looking effect, you know, and that's where this the paper hopefully will come in as well. A wee bit more water in that one. We don't want it dominating, any colour kind of dominating too much. What we want is it. Right, this is the paper now. Quickly, you get your paper and you put it down there and try and take the excess water and colour off and have a mottled. What we're after is a kind of mottled effect. See, it's coming out a nice mottled effect. Just patch up where you maybe can't. It's coming on fine the way I'm envisaging it, the way I want it. It's actually coming on fine. Now, a wee bit touch of red. Now, not too much. Just round the sides. Not too much again, as I say. Just red. It's a different way of doing watercolours, I suppose, but anyway, you trial and error, and I've tried this before and it had a good effect, but this is the second time I think I've tried it, and it looks okay. I hope that it comes along fine. Just take that up with your finger if it's too much. This is where the paper comes in, because the paper absorbs the fingers. You can get off with a wee bit red in the fingers, sort of thing, and round parts of the body. So just carry on with that, like we're doing. Now quickly get your paper and put your paper down. Hopefully it'll absorb. Now don't panic at this stage. I mean, these, you know, it'll come fine. It'll come fine. It's just trial and error. Now, back with the same brush, just wipe off the excess and use the lid so we've not got too much. And just where you think there's maybe, you know, a wee bit too much colour, you just come back with the brush with the, you know, the grey colour, the predominant colour that we started with, and just kind of suggest kind of pictures and things. You don't want it any paint overpowering another. It's actually, we want it to sort of bleed in and give it's the effect we're after in this watercolour. It's the effect. We don't want blocked in colour or anything. We want mottled. That's what we're after. We're after a mottled effect, so it contrasts with the background. See it coming there? The leg's quite good. I don't know if I should work in the leg, because that's quite good the way I like it. There, I don't want to waste it too much, but we'll take it some of the red there and just push your brush, the head of your brush down, and that's the kind of effect that I'm really looking for. So put that brush away just now till this dries. Now there's plenty to do because you can just block in with your other colours, So we've got red. We've got a nice red here. We need a really thin brush, which we have here, and this is the red. I'll show you if I can get it off the palette. Now there's the red. This is the colours I use, solid blocks. You can use watercolour or the small tubes, or you can use the slabs or the boxes of watercolour. I like using this because there's plenty of it, and it really suits me. Now we go down here and we start. This is a wee bit more precision. We start doing the carpet, and the carpet's going to be these parts anyway are going to be predominantly red, so you can give it plenty sort of colour. You don't need to mottle this or do any effects on it, it's just all got to be kind of blocked in with red colour there, like that, like so. That's fine. More water, more colour. It's a bit of a racket, but never mind. So you go round, round. I think these are spades, they call them in cards anyway. So we'll go round the spades, we'll call them. I'll lift this up, it's making a noise. Right, and we'll go right round the spade till it's been used, the white's used up and it's all nice and red, blocked in colour. So you see that? As I say, I'm trying to hurry up just to sort of show you guys, So we'll leave it at that one, and come down with your colour. Come down with your colour at every second spa. We'll make it red. Don't touch it right up. Just leave a bit, so that it doesn't compromise the colour you've already put down. So just keep it every second one, like so. Leave a space. Don't go right up, just leave it, because a wee bit white will show through and it'll make a novel difference. It's just experience, just using colour, when to just leave it, and when to, just pack it with colour. That's more or less what you... So it's coming along, but this needs to dry for another colour to be applied. But you're getting the idea now that, and the thing is with watercolour, I love contrast. Maybe the mottled effect against the glaring red is quite nice, Don't go right up, as I say, just come right down though. But leave a wee bit at the top, just for to make out that it is a kind of spade, or it's a shape. You don't want to blur it too much. Just give it a wee bit space there. Coming down there, here's the same, just the head of the brush, in there. As I say, you see how you don't need to be too precious. Now you'll see when it all comes together what I mean by that. These kind of nice marks. Sometimes there's blots. No, so what? That's life. So you kind of just leave it if it's like that. So we'll get more. Well, we've got the red. We're as well using the red. And all over here, you'll need it. So just block in exactly the same. Don't worry if it's a wee bit overlap. It doesn't matter. Once it dries, you'll see it'll just be really all consistent and quite nice, really, you know. Same with this. Just block it in. All in, all over. More paint, methinks. There you have it. So, while we've got the red, and this is drying, I'd like to just bring under the breasts there, and under the chin, anywhere where there's under the chin, under the arm, just a suggestion, you know, of red. Not too much, just a suggestion, a line of red where the body parts meet, you know, just not too much, just go round. So, we're nearly finished with the red, so we just bring it up where the fingers joints are, like that, and just, I'd say, just leave it at that just now. So I'll put the red away, wash my brush off, there. So, we'll get a green, I think, a green again, and we'll give this, you know, don't block it in too much, just give it a nice, where all the circles are, give it a nice circular motion on all over, but leave some white. And I'll show you why. Now we get the yellow right away because this dries so quick. We get the yellow, give it a minute, just a second, and we'll go in with the yellow. Leave some white, and that gives it a nice coloration there. So, we'll get the green. Again, in fact, I think we'll go, I'm going to stay to this purple in case it's too vibrant, because they really are, even though they're not expensive, sometimes they can be very, see what I mean? So we'll give it a nice round like that, and give it a nice feel to it. You know, as simple as that. You'll see how effective this is. Be up the way this time. Along. The opposite way. And you've got a kind of fabric feel to it. You don't want to do it as if it's, you know, real fabric that you see. It's actually suggestion, and once it all comes together, you do something like that here, you know, like a circle in the fabric, you know, a dent in the fabric, or you know, and it gives it a little bit interesting shape. So you've got all that to do there, right along to the end, and just curl these lines right up, like so. These are great. I love working with these because they actually, half the time for a start, if you were trying to do intricate pieces of work, and they add real vibrant colour to your work, you know, so don't be frightened of the Puritans telling you, you know, you shouldn't be doing this. As I say, it's your work. If you find it good to work with, and I do, I'm going to use it. Bring it round here. It doesn't need to all be like that. You can, you know, block it in, because it's all part of the same fabric going round here, and round the apple. A wee bit down here, round the vase, Lock in. Lock it all in. And just a wee bit here at the end. And under the arm, under the hand. Here. This is dry, so I'll put my hand down. Yeah. That's it, more or less there. So the red's going up here, I notice, so we'll continue with the red up here. I'll just take it off the block, continue with the red up here. So this will be fun. Like that. Put red right down this leg there to the bottom. And this is another one, right down. We'll put this red as well. Make this some of this red as well. Probably part of the car park, I remember. But these little bits, finished bits, there. So now we'll leave that to dry. We'll maybe, while we're here, we'll give the apple a wee quick. Just wee bits like that in the apple. So that it's, you know, once it dries, you can go in with another colour and it look more real. So we'll go with that and we'll get the orange and contrast this against the pink and see how that goes. And when you come to the base, just leave a bit like that so that it shines through. As I say, the light glinting off the vase, you see. So we'll leave that like that. We'll do this one over here, the same colour. Here. Leave a wee bit of space if you can, and then just block it in, like so. Still tacky a wee bit, but you still got to, it's just I've got to work my way through it because I've not got the time, you know. And just while I've got that, I'll just put through the cloud, like so, and it's coming on fine. Now, this is, I hope it dries really well here because this is the next stage. I don't want to do too much to the sky, but I think maybe we'll have a mixture of yellow and red. Now leave a line there, leave a line coming up to suggest cloud, like that. That's enough. You just leave it at that. Put your brush back, give it a good clean. Now, we need another colour for in here. Now, see where these colours have been left out with the white? Just touch down one side and then another side. Do this one, but leave it with spars in it, like that. That's all you do. That's all that's needed. You don't need to fill every single thing in. There's the apple. See how that's doing that? Gives it this lovely effect. Highlight it when you find that you need it highlighted, you know, where it's mottled. Now we're going to go in with yellow here, yellow around here, yellow around here, yellow down there. Leave the white in the middle. It's important to leave as much as to fill in sometimes, you know, and you get a successful painting or whatever you want to do. Call it whatever you want, call it what you want, as long as it's successful. I call it great. Now we'll put yellow through here, 2 or 3 bold pieces of yellow. The same here, bold, once, twice, bold, bold. See, that's how I like using it because it dries so quick. It's actually gouache it's called because it's meant to be bound with egg, but it's a binding agent in it, and it really is good. It dries quick and everything. You can so useful you know, for everything. You actually use what you find comfortable with and what's successful to you. That's the main thing. Is it a successful drawing? Is it a successful painting? Is it what you want in the work? And if it is, I rest my case, you've done well for that. So we've got all that done. See, it doesn't matter really if you've got, you know, what sort of, you know, if you've got this red on the use it. Just use weed to mark down these things here. Now the green, we go over that with reds and whatever. You know, if there's red on it, don't worry about it. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. Now here we use the yellow again against the mustard, and that brings out the curtains. Leave some white. Leave some white. Leave some white, as I say, down through the spine of the curtain, where the shine would be. And then you're going to have, you know, nice colourful painting, drawing, you know. Now I could go over this with if I wanted a pen again. It's up to yourself if you want to embolden things, the sky as well, just the yellow's good for that. Just over it goes, don't be trying to use it, just over it goes. Now, that is more or less the finished painting drawing. Still drying, there's still a wee bit to do. I could go in here with darker pen and things like that, you know, I could go round but I think you'll basically find that, you know, that you've actually successfully done a nice colour painting / drawing mixed media. Okay guys, I'm glad that you joined me for that, and I hope you get working away. I'll work into this and I'll show you the final painting tomorrow once it dries. Thanks for viewing. Bye just now guys.